So we come into the final round of the Detroit Open this week. Two not so great rounds by our standards. One pretty solid round. We're going to need all of round two to happen again here in round four. So let's get after it. We've got the back tees one last time. High winds out of the northwest. Fairways are firm. Greens are actually a little bit softer, down in moderate, but they are fast. So let's get after it. One last shot. Let's pull our tournament together. All right, so we got 483 yards. We've had a few of these play in the 490s, so this played a little bit shorter. Let's get this drive into the fairway, get this final round underway. An old soul guy? Yeah. Definitely an old soul. Well, it was always the type of thing in my early 20s, people thought I was like my current age. You know, and now I have a kid and stuff. It was like, oh, he's out of college and has a steady job. He must be in his mid-20s. And then it's like he's married. Now I have a kid, must be in at least his 30s to 40s. Likes waking up at 5 a.m., going to bed at 9. Well, I don't like waking up that early. I'll wake up at 6:30, go to bed like 11:30, midnight. But yeah, started balding at 22. You were a little late on the train. I started receding definitely before then. All right, let's call this like a 15-yard loss, 5-iron. These have been punching through a little bit more, so I'm going to play a little bit of loft into it. But all I do know is this is the type of shot that wants to travel to the right. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Keep the head in check. I don't know why we go from playing perfectly fine to suddenly mega fast everything. Just let's get up and down, and then we'll work it out. That's too far. Out of the heavy rough. Okay, but it does look savable from here. We just have to get inputs going. You can't go mega fast on everything and expect to play any sort of good golf. Come on. No, you're gonna go Well, I mean, that's golf, right? You hit two bad shots. You can't really expect to do anything. All right, so behind the 8-ball, but that's kind of been the tournament. You know, and I gotta try and hold true to our word. 159. This into the low 170s. It's gonna bounce and release. So gotta take some off of it. I don't know why. Well, you're just a fast man at the moment. We're just a fast man. Okay, come on. I don't want to have to be mental reset on hole 2, but apparently that's where I have to be. Tempo is Gonzo, Alonso. I think to be safe here, we play it left side. Okay, baby slow. It's over the other way of where we've been. It's just like a crazy thing because like I stepped into it and it's not like I felt any nerves on the first tee. Because I know that is sometimes the thing. Like I'm not gonna act like, oh, we never feel nerves. It's just how could the game possibly give us this input? But no, like we're human. We're human. We get nerves. Like I get that. But sometimes you hit inputs that you think are fine, and then... that slow seems to be... if I'm not hitting the fast, that seems to be where we're at. Just a baby break left to right. Get it up the hill, left edge. Okay. So all that's to say, it's like we're even through 3 holes. And then we get a par 5. I feel like we're working that tempo ever so slightly closer and closer to perfect. 284 in, you're gonna get 75% of this thing. Is that like 225 or something? The 210s, that's like way back here, so we go fully off the deck. It's into the 270s. Take a little off of this guy. Because I think I want to try and send this shot up the left-hand side here. Okay. Actually hit a tempo. Now, does this feed right? I don't know if it feeds right enough. If it doesn't get on the green, it's going to be a decent place to chip from, I think. Yeah, just a little down the hill. Can leave it short because it's going to actually want to roll. Which means that at this short of a chip, it should come out pretty straight. I thought we had it. I thought we had an eagle coming our way. Straight back up the hill, though. I guess with it being downhill 155s, I probably should have played full backspin, full loft. Like, I was making sure it would still carry, or still roll a little. That was mayhaps a little too much. Okay, so long as this kicks a little bit left, we're gonna have some nice distance on this. 355 carry. 98 yards, okay. Downhill lie, gap wedge pitch, wind at the back. Should actually get up a little. Just give it a little backspin. I think it should still chase a good ways. Don't be too far right. Stay on the green. It's off. Well, whatever feel I had, I've kind of lost it, which is most unfortunate. But we still do have the ability to chip things in. So this might turn out to be a bit more like round one, where we were just off the green, but find some ways to hole out. Okay, how do we do this? 225 would be full backspin. 222, wind would definitely play. I don't think this is gonna turn back at all though, but if I put more shape into it, it's too short. Way too fast. Why? What is with this tempo? Where is my swing? Where did it go? Wherefore art thou? Come on, man. You're really gonna do me dirty like that? Just not my tournament. I think we just have to write it up as that. Just not my tournament. Because it's not like... It's not like every round of golf that I play is bad. But for whatever reason, this course and the inputs while out on this course are just not quite clicking for me. Let's try and finish strong. Let's try and finish strong. I don't want to... Don't want to be defeatist. It's definitely a tough life when that's how things go, though. Okay, a little bit to the right. Kicks. Well, you know, if I can't putt, maybe being off the green is gonna be the best place for us. This is like an oddly dangerous drive. Didn't hit it fast. That was the big thing there. That was absolutely huge to come up with the perfect for that shot. All right, 236. 4-iron might be the club for us. 9 at the back, be 215. It's downhill back there, but being below the hole ain't bad. 227. I think just taking the 5-iron with a little bit of carry gets you on and rolls you the rest of the way, I would think. Baby fast. Now kick left, roll left. It's a little bit too big of a kick, but we should be down fairly below the hole. Yeah, you're always running off there, but now it's pretty straight up the hill. Just a little bit of movement. Don't need to put as... Honestly, I'm just going to put a little bit of loft onto it, but... Nah, it's enough uphill. I'm not even going to play any. So this ball's going to pop right. Light kick. Light roll. Oh! Just too short on the carry. Alright, would have loved the eagle, but we'll take bird. Little slow, that feels bunker bound. Ooh. Get left. Alright, get away with that one. Alright. Uphill, a little bit of wind, gap wedge pitch. Get it on there. Land it soft. A little fast. Put a little bit of bite on it, it should still release though. Okay. You know, it's not a chip. I know that that's been our bread and butter here. So we're gonna have to make a little slider. Just a little slidey putt here. Get down towards the hole and break in. Okay. Almost managed to miss it, but we're in there. You know what? And at the end of the day, you know, 2 bogeys on there, but there were two sets of 3 birds in a row. So you know that there's still some promise. There's still some fuel left in the tank. Distance should be decent. Hit it fast though. Alright, what are we talking about here? Very, very slow breaker. But like very slow in the beginning and then starts to come back. I think this is ever so slightly right to left. Okay, almost missed, but almost missed is in. So that's the big takeaway, the big thing that matters. All right, pitching wedge 12 in. And 144, 160. Come on, 9-iron. B money. Alright, little downhill slider. I know we played it short to roll down. I don't know if on that shot I should always just play to be a little bit long. I think that's one mistake that I make. I gotta look at this again. I don't... Okay. So a little downhill, which means we are gonna have to play this... Okay, come on, let's do something crazy and just, like, score from here on out. Let's just score from here on out. Why not? Why not us? Man, this is such a tough par 4. I think I have hit baby slow like every single time on this drive, but this one is far enough we might avoid the rough. I can get 358, look at that. We're 121 to the hole. I was thinking about, like, if you were short enough, you'd try and run something here. I think it's too high, but if you played some sort of fade, run it down. But I do think you have to just play for this short-sided. So that's 117 to the front. That's our... We kind of have to hit like 118 here. 115, 116. And then full backspin. Or mostly backspin. It's a little bit uphill. Gave it a little too much D-loft. But we're on the green, right? We hit our cover number. Okay. How do we feel about this putt, Colby? I need just a little more. Oh, like I need just a little bit more. Yeah, this is definitely the shortest this hole has played all tournament. I mean, the longest. I mean, the slow and everything feeding right, not really going to help, but we can't cover those bunkers. And actually being more right seems to give us a little bit more room to work. So 186. Probably going to play a little bit short. I think you just give it some backspin here and you should be okay. Okay, maybe a little bit too precautious with the backspin, but we're on the green. We've got a 13-foot look at it. What's it looking like behind the hole here? Okay, nothing too crazy. Right-hand side is breaking right to left. Let's see how this is. If I'm aiming like 2 clicks left, what does this look like? Should still be online. Okay, these are big. These are big. Finding a little bit of a rhythm, it seems like. $153. This is gonna carry somewhere in the like 146 ballpark plus wind. Uphill lie. Gonna be a couple yards short. Gonna definitely have a little bounce and release. So just wanna be ready for it. Oh, that's beautiful. Settle. I thought I had a chance. Thought I had a chance. Can't quite get a gauge of that. It almost didn't break enough. All right, come on, par 5. Let's see if we can get an eagle here. I don't know if it's even an eagle opportunity, but let's will it into existence. Yeah, that's easy. 621 into the wind. Easy eagle opportunity. Come on. Love that. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I think one thing that I think can mess up my swing is when I take these practice pullbacks, if I don't let it like rest for a second, I think that can throw off the timing of things, and I'm sure that's something that I've done too frequently. Well, that's hanging a bit right. Should be good. Okay. Kind of mean. This is again where like I always like to try and hold these out, but I need to make sure that it does get past the hole. You want the uphill putt. I don't want to be like just short and trying to be dainty with it. So, shot like this, lands on the downslope. You give it a good amount of spin so that it stops afterwards. I thought it would maybe take, I know it's moderates, I don't know, man. I really thought with that sort of, it's everything that I said don't do. I thought with the way that the greens were, that it would go. I didn't think I'd actually grab on the upslope and spin back up the hill. Well, guess we just make things a little bit harder for ourselves. Okay, gonna play like maybe semi-aggressive. Because like it's gonna be gentle, but it's still also gonna be turning. Huge putt. I wish it was an eagle opportunity, but the designer and scheduler got together, had a meeting, and said, no eagle opportunity in round 4. Not gonna happen. I'd be dumb to try and get this pitching wedge there, so let's try and just go with the 9-iron. I was thinking about trying to like draw it in, but I mean maybe I played a little bit out with a little draw, but I still think playing it kind of straight on is more or less where you are probably safest. It's downhill, so I have to like keep that in mind too. Starts out right. And draws. Ah, 99% is gonna put us on the fringe. But that sits softer than anticipated, so that's a pretty good shot. It did draw back more like I had initially thought. I played it back a little more left, thinking that maybe I was starting to overread things a bit. So that's that's actually probably around in the same spot. I thought I left it high. I really thought I left it high. I think you can play this here. Baby fast will be a-okay. Should leave us a shorter shot in here too. 79. Okay, so sand wedge pitch. We don't really have tailing winds, so now this is one where a sand wedge pitch would land us shorter than we'd like. But I think that's too far, so we are gonna try and squeeze the distance on the pitch here and get it to run. Lovely. Absolutely lovely. Let's take a look at it, take nothing for granted. I know it's a 3-foot putt, but I'm taking my birdie and running, okay? All right, par 5 to finish, 562, pin in the back. So what are our options? 307 downhill just a little. I mean, 321 if we full back spin it into here. Maybe speed slot it out. Side wind, 254. Can maybe, it's maybe a hybrid shot. We get it here. 260 is your straight on hybrid shot, but I feel like this has the potential to get us closer. A little bit fast. Gonna need a big kick out of the light rough here, which I think I can get. It actually kind of speed slots it here. All right. Definitely the worst input we've had in a while, but look what it did. Put us at 230. So now we might be just looking 4-iron in. That's 211, 209. 10-mile-an-hour wind, but you're on a downslope, so if we carry it somewhere in here, it's actually going to kick and run a little. I'm going to put just a bit of luft. Come on, 4-iron. Baby fast. Going to be a little left. But if it has the legs... Ah. Shouldn't have lofted it. I thought it was gonna climb a little higher. But hey, we've been having some good success with chipping. So let's see if we can get one last hole out. So it's gonna peel a little bit left at this juncture. Kick left, roll left. Ah, a little short. Came up just a little bit shorter than I thought. But we get to 42. That's a huge bounce back. Not to mention that round actually ends up beating a good chunk of the leaders. So there's something about this course, though it is highly scoreable, the top rounds can kind of peter out. So we had 2 bogeys in there, very slow start, and managed to shoot 13 under and outshoot, what, all but 2? Tie 2, lose to 2, and so then there's another 5 or 6 in the top 10 that we beat. So that should be a solid way to move back up. Really weird tournament. What was that? That was 8-13, 8-13. But yeah, if our bad tournaments can be this, then I think we're probably still in a pretty good spot. So that'll do it for this tournament. We'll be back at it for another 4 rounds next week.